Hey there, everybody. We are here with your evening edition of Big Brother 23 live feed spoilers. We are still in day two. This is a very long day on the Big Brother live feeds.
It's a very long day. It feels like this wildcard competition went on for a very long time.
This is like 5 hours or something.
Yeah.
Aren't there supposedly just like 3 people who were competing in this?
Yeah, it makes me wonder if they have like some kind of elaborate setup. You have to then set it up again for the next person. Who knows?
Yeah, we don't know what this competition looks like yet. I don't know if this is some sort of situation where, maybe they built something really elaborate that they can move away fast enough. I have no idea.
Yeah, we're coming on like pretty soon after the feeds have come back. So the information that we have right now is sort of really packed into a small amount of time because we wanted to get on and talk to you guys right away.
So before we get into what we do know right now and where some of the strategy looks like it's going, hit that subscribe button. We are here doing Big Brother 23 live feed spoilers all season long. We appreciate all of the love and all the comments we've gotten so far this season. It is fun and crazy already.
Yeah, and follow us over on Instagram, Matt and Jess TV, where you can sort of learn a little bit more about us, see some of our pets, our plants, or what we like to eat. It's all over there.
All right, so now we have this wild card competition.
Ready? Who won the wild card? Alyssa told Derek F that the person that has it is Christian.
So Christian is apparently the winner of the wild card competition. We'll roll with that, and it sounds as though X is also safe.
Yeah,
X.
And it was interesting because when we first heard X, Matt thought it's Xavier. And when I first heard X, I thought it was Derek X. So I was kind of like, oh, it's probably Xavier. But it was just interesting that it was like, oh, X is safe. It's just like, there's more than one person that has that initial. It's all right. But it's probably Xavier.
Who would have ever thought we'd be in an era of Big Brother where we'd be confused by the letter X when there's probably been 0 0.1 people that have X as the first letter of their name before this season?
Yeah.
But if this turns out to be the case and Christian is in fact safe, he needed it. Let's be very, very clear about that. It seemed as though Frenchie was going after some of these guys.
Yeah, and we saw that Brent was throwing Christian under the bus earlier today, and that could have been someone that Frenchie was still going to be circling around.
Now, the only other person that it seems like we kind of know for sure competed in this competition was Hannah, mostly because Hannah completed it, and she did her best, but apparently she got a time penalty, and she's saying that kept her from winning.
Yeah, so we know that she was in it, but she did not win it. But we know that Christian did.
Now, is this one of those things, though, where Hannah can say this because she knows no one will ever know that maybe she would have done really badly regardless, and she's just trying to, gas herself up?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, maybe it's possible. She just might want to not be like, listen, I'm terrible at competitions, guys. It's only because of this. To, maybe gas herself up a little bit.
Maybe that is so. And I kind of wonder if Christian would sort of put on a spot and be like, okay, now you have to name somebody else to be safe from the remaining players. And that if that's what happened here, that's a kind of hilarious position to put somebody in because it's automatically like, who are you working the closest with?
Yeah, I mean, it does expose things a little bit. And I mean, Xavier in general seemed to be a little bit closer with Alyssa and some other people. He hadn't really gotten together with kind of the more athletic guys or anything like that. So it's interesting because then you look at Derek X and he has been getting more closer to some of the guys.
Derek X has put himself in a less than favorable position, broing down with too many of the guys last night.
Yeah, things are not looking so good for him.
I am worried, and also Frenchie's kind of running out of guys to potentially nominate here.
Yeah, he really is, because I mean his whole team is safe, Christian's safe, X is safe, whoever that is, right? And he doesn't want to nominate any of the women. I mean, he really is kind of running out of people. And, Brent has won him over. So who is left? Derek X.
Yeah, at this point, hours ago, I think we both would have been like, yeah, Brent, have fun on the block. We'll see you out the game. But Brent, like we talked about in our earlier update, he's kind of won him over a little bit.
Yep.
They're more on the same page. So now it does seem like Derek X is sort of in the crosshairs. We've heard conversations all about this, that maybe Derek X is starting rumors with other people in the house.
Yeah, I mean, that happens every season. I think it's just everybody's kind of scrambling a little bit. Frenchie has put himself in not such a great spot at this point because he is being he's got this huge alliance, which is like the entire house, and then he's got side alliances. He doesn't want to nominate any of the women, and then he sort of Brent thought he was in trouble. Maybe Christian thought he was in trouble, and now he's safe, and now Derek X is in trouble. It's just kind of like, by the time next week comes around, Frenchie is going to be just covered in blood.
Yeah, because, like, what if Christian wins the next HOH, and then you're in a position where, I don't know, Brent goes to Christian and is just like, hey, so you want to know some stuff about Frenchie?
Yeah.
Like, that could very easily happen.
Or anybody, really, that's heard what Frenchie is doing outside of this bigger alliance. But even the bigger alliance that he's part of, they might not want to keep him around because he does seem to be kind of devoning up the situation where he is telling people about his alliance that are not in the alliance. Like, I can just see things going really south for him very quickly after this. So take your shot while you got it, Frenchie.
Enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
There's one thing I want to see on the feeds later tonight that I'm really excited for.
Mm-hmm.
Frenchie says he wants to gather up all of his allies to decide on the pawns.
Yeah, and my real worry is that I know he doesn't want to put up any women, but he doesn't want to get rid of any women, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to put them up as pawns if the situation has to arise, that he might feel that he has the votes to keep a woman, but pawns do go home. So we'll see how all those conversations end up actually going.
It's going to be tricky because I was thinking about this an unhealthy amount earlier of the, do you just put up the person from the start or do you backdoor them? I'm kind of like, it's week 1. You don't really know where everyone stands at this point. Do you really want to run the risk of not nominating them and then somebody doesn't do what you think they're going to do and then you can't backdoor them?
It is way too early for a backdoor. Just put up the 2 people you want to go home. Whichever one, takes themselves off, then put up another person and go from there. You don't know where people's alliances are really landing. You don't have enough time to talk to everybody. It's been 2 days. So you don't really know where they're going to vote. And a lot of stuff can change in that time. So he just doesn't have enough time to have really assessed where the votes are going to land.
You don't know. This is why.
Too early.
Travis, Derek X. Do it. It's a wrap. Call it a day. You already have Christian going to you now. These guys are so messy. I kind of love it.
Yeah, they really are, which has been a nice surprise.
Christian is already throwing Derek X and Travis under the bus.
Yep.
And saying, these guys, they're really close. It's totally like nothing to see here.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same move that Brent made where he kind of went in and was like, oh, these other guys are close. Christian, you got to keep an eye on him. And now Christian is doing the same thing.
Which, I guess, once again, it's smart. You don't want attention on you, but...
No, but I mean, some of the guys did make a mistake of getting together and getting a little close really quickly. And anyone who has watched the show knows that that's a big red flag and that you don't want to deal with that long term in the game. And they came in and they did it. So now they're being targets.
One more thing that I think is going to be especially messy in the days and weeks to come. Derek F. has made it clear that he wants Whitney gone next.
Yeah, to Frenchie. And, I mean, Whitney and Frenchie are really close. I've heard that they're sort of like circling final two and stuff like that. So not the greatest move, but at the same time, it's very early. So, I mean, if Frenchie continues to get close to Derek F., he can just kind of scoop him in on it and be like, okay, listen, Whitney, no, because of this, and now we're all together, and work it out like that.
He's got to convince him that Whitney is not a threat, which, as far as I've seen, no, apologies to Whitney, but I do not think Whitney is much of a threat right now.
It's early. I'm still on the fence about it. I just haven't seen her do anything yet, but it is day 2. There is a good strategy in laying low a little bit at the beginning and just start making some friendships.
Yeah, this is just the our once again reminder, like 3rd time today. We usually would not see any of this because usually the feeds aren't even on yet.
Yeah, it's really nice to have it all kind of going at the same time here so that it's not a situation where we start to get into the feeds and they've already known each other for a few days and we're missing some stuff and missing inside jokes or like what happened. And yeah, no, it's good.
All right, so we'll wrap this up by saying backyard is open. Everyone can now go up on that upstairs balcony. That is apparently a part of the house permanently now.
Yeah, which is cool. We saw some of that in the premiere where after they played the puzzle, they were going up to the balcony and getting to watch everybody else.
And Christy posted on social media, the poor Christy, that apparently she tested negative like the day after she had to leave the game after testing positive.
I am enjoying having Claire on the show, but I really hope that they ask Christy back next year.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks. I can't even fathom it.
No, I'm putting it out there, CBS. Invite her back next year.
All right, well, we'll wrap up. This is all of it for day 2 for us from the Big Brother 23 live feeds.
Yeah, I know we've had 3 updates today. It may not be 3 every day.
Yeah.
It might just be 2, but we will still have multiple updates a day for you.
Absolutely. This was a grind, but we had to kick off this season on the right foot.
That's right, so that you guys know you can depend on us.
All right, well, let us know what you want to see happen moving forward. What is Frenchie actually going to do with his alliance of 20 people? Share. Give us a subscribe. Hit that subscribe button.
Or not, but if you'd like to, hit the subscribe button. We're going to be here for the whole season.
Also, check out our Animal Kingdom coverage. The premiere is on Sunday. We have a video up at the channel previewing what could be coming up next.
We also have a Blacklist video coming up tomorrow for those of you who are also here with all our Blacklist stuff. We're going to have Blacklist every single Friday, so new video tomorrow.
All right, well, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you here next time.